Hey, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today I want to talk about Electroneum and products and some marketing ideas to help push Electroneum forward in the future. And we are aware now that Electroneum has sought many partnerships, has closed partnerships, and is going forward with that. Although right now the price of Electroneum, like many cryptos, is suffering, I believe that Electroneum can transcend the cryptocurrency market in many ways and be one of the most valuable coins on in the cryptocurrency world. So I want to talk about some product ideas I have and marketing ideas that I believe could make that possible for Electroneum. As well, some of the YouTube channels that report on Electroneum. I've seen where they've done several videos on products and marketing ideas, which I thought were awesome. Came up with some very interesting things. And I think as we go forward to the future, I could see some of those ideas becoming a reality and working. And that would be great to see. Although some of them, I believe, were a bit technical. Maybe it was going to take quite a bit of negotiating and marketing and building of products and various things like that. So what I want to do in this video is keep with the very simplistic idea of how Electroneum started off and move and progress that along into some products and marketing ideas that I think can work well with Electroneum. And if we look at the ETN miner, the Electroneum simulated miner, it's already put over 1.6 million eyes on Electroneum on this miner, using this miner, and that hold Electroneum wallets. And that's good because you want a cryptocurrency where a lot of people are holding it and find value in it. That way you can trade it back and forth, right? So I want to keep with the spirit of that. So my idea is, instead of expanding out so much into a lot of various partnerships, which partnerships aren't bad, those are good because you're expanding out, you get more people, but and just keeping with the simplistic idea of how Electroneum started with, hey, you just download this app, you just run it, you don't have to do anything else. It's going to give you some free Electroneum, going to automatically give you the Electroneum wallet. You can just send and receive Electroneum directly from your smart device that you're already using. That's simple, that's easy for people to understand. Doesn't take a lot of negotiating, doesn't take a lot of juggling around. So I'm going to keep with that in the environment that Electroneum's in. And so what I'm looking at is, when an Electroneum miner is running the Electroneum miner app on their smart device, which is, I would say, the #1 marketing campaign for Electroneum. I would say the Electroneum miner is what really puts Electroneum on the map. You got all these eyes on this application. Why not use the Electroneum miner as a way to expand your products and services right from, or your products and marketing right from there? And what I mean by that is, I've done some smartphone farming and various things like that. And you can see that generally what happens in smartphone farming is people are running their mobile device and you got these ads playing. You got ads playing, you got ads flashing across the screen. But at the same time, the more you observe, the more you look at, you're earning these credits. And they create these credits, or this point system, where you're rewarded by using this phone, and then you can later redeem those rewards or those points for gift cards, right? And so I thought that would be very interesting. I said, instead of Electroneum expanding out so much into like tangible products, maybe some ideas have been and whereas I don't think those are bad ideas at all, I thought they were great ideas, although I kind of see them kind of more far future ideas, like having actual tangible devices, boxes and various things like that. Whereas I think those are great, I think you can also do a lot with just from the Electroneum app itself without making it bulky or heavy. a lot of what goes on in the smartphone pharma community is because you got so many eyes on the application and what's going on. Electroneum already has almost 2 million people eyes on it. Electroneum may possibly have more than many of these large smartphone apps that you can get gift cards and prizes from and various things like that. So what I'm saying is, why not use the Electroneum miner as a gateway to this? While the Electroneum miner is running, you can be running ads, you can be running from advertisers. So we're going to talk a little bit about the community, how the community could use the apps, how advertisers can use the apps, and how this can increase the value of Electroneum, at the same time gaining Electroneum a lot more members, user base, right? So what you would be looking at is, the one main idea with it has been where the Electroneum miner isn't taking up a lot of your phone resources, where it's very simple. That's why it's simulated mining, because you're not actually mining crypto. It's simulated, and it's really for marketing and getting people introduced to Electroneum. Okay, that's great. So let's take that a step further. Let's say we want to keep the Electroneum miner or not have it to be bulky and use up a lot of resources to burn up your cell phone. One way I feel we can do that is by using a type of system where you kind of get just kind of like either links or flashcards. Now, these links don't have to necessarily be held on the application itself. These links can be held outside the app, where people click on these links in these apps and they can get so many Electroneum tokens when they do that. And that way the advertisers or people posting the links, they get a click, right? And you're incentivized by when they click the link to these ads and various things like that. That would keep the application from being too bulky. In addition to that, besides that, if you want to even do video hosting, you could do a similar thing to video hosting, and you could have the videos actually hosted off the app, where you just click the link to the video. So what this is doing, this is keeping your cell phone from becoming this bulky, and it's also keeping it from Electroneum from having to create ways to host videos, ways to do all these technical things that could be costly, expensive, and hard to program into the app. I could see this working with just keeping the app pretty much simple as it is, and having it where you can still get advertisers' eyes on it. Whereas, and I believe there's a coin, I think it's called Scenario, where they kind of do this, where you upvote these videos and you get their cryptocurrency, but the videos aren't hosted on Scenario or what they might call WildSpark, but they're actually hosted on YouTube. So they're just links to YouTube videos. And again, the reason why I would think this would be a great marketing idea is because it wouldn't create resource problems for Electroneum, yet at the same time creating a situation where people can watch videos from the community, they could watch ads from the community. And the great thing is, who would pay for these ads? Like, where and how would they be paid, and how would that work? Well, my idea would be, or what I could see happening is, everything would be paid in Electroneum. In order for a cryptocurrency to be valuable, people have to actually use it to purchase things. Merchants have to use it, right? So everything would be done in Electroneum. So if you have an advertiser who's coming in to post his content whilst you're using the ETN miner, they would have to purchase that in Electroneum. Now, they could be incentivized to do that by way of maybe getting a reduced cost in advertising or the services. What I'm finding out from companies like a lot of these gift card app stores and various things like that. It's a lot of them engaged in that right now. And, you know, what I'm finding out about them is that they're very easy sites to create. They're very easy to implement. People create these type of apps every day. I don't think they're really that technical to create, but it would be very easy for mass adoption and people who are already interested in. And there's so many people already who use their smart devices to watch videos and gain gift cards and things like that, right? So that would work great in mass adoption. And in my idea, what would happen is, instead of trying to educate people about cryptocurrency and a complicated course, it would be easier to just have this gateway where you can get free gift cards, you can get free prizes by using the Electroneum app. You know, as well as the Electroneum miner. You would still be using the Electroneum miner to understand crypto, but you would have ways that you can gain more Electroneum through watching these videos, through taking advantage of these viewing these various ads and things like that. And when you do that, you would be awarded an Electroneum. Now, what would you do with your Electroneum? Let's say if you're a person, you've come over using Electroneum and you don't even know anything about cryptocurrency. This is all new to you, but you are a person who loves to use your smart device to get prizes, to get gift cards, various things like that. Well, what's interesting about many of these applications is, although they reward you in gift cards and sometimes cash, you're first given their own token, their own currency, right? Then you get so many of them and you can redeem them for whatever value they find in a certain gift card. And my idea, why not just award everybody Electroneum, right? Like you normally do in how the Electroneum miner works. You award everybody Electroneum. But then what you do is you have all these gift cards they can get, right? By purchasing with Electroneum that they've earned from the miners. Now, let's say a person who doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency, he's newly come over to Electroneum. He's probably pretty much just come over because he wants to get the free gift cards and cash prizes or what have you. Well, now whilst he's over there and he has these Electroneum tokens, now you can educate him on the site and using the app all of the various things he can do with the Electroneum token. Now, let's take a step back. When he first came in, he didn't know anything about cryptocurrency, but it did not matter because he was only there for the gift cards by running the application on his phone. Now that he's there and he's getting that, now we help the people to understand what they can do with their Electroneum tokens. And what can they do with their Electroneum tokens? Well, they'll have a few things they could do with them. They can purchase gift cards in them. These can be digital gift cards that can be sent straight to their email, so there's no need for a store or shipping or anything like that. Just digital gift card, Amazon gift cards can be sent over and purchased with Electroneum, right? From here. But in addition to that, now that they earned the Electroneum, now the site can educate them on, okay, now that you have the Electroneum, you understand that the value of Electroneum can increase and you can sell it anytime on an exchange. Now you've got all these people in holding Electroneum, just like what you did with the miner, the Electroneum miner, but now they understand they can hold it, they can trade it on an exchange, on a cryptocurrency exchange, and that they can buy more and make even more money, right? Now let's go back over to the advertisers. All the advertisers that come in from now, all these people who have eyes on this miner, all the people who come in, now will pay for any advertising they wish to do, whether that be within the community or people outside the community, whether it be large companies or what have you. All purchases and trades will be made in Electroneum. It'll be similar to if we're in the United States and we do business in Japan, we say, hey, we want to purchase X amount of products in Japan for 21 million yen, Japanese yen, right? Now, in order for us to purchase these Japanese products, we won't do them in US dollars, but we will do them in the Japanese yen, which means we'll have to go into the market, buy Japanese yen, then purchase these products. Now, what is the dangers of that? Well, of course, the dangers of that would be depending on when you close the deal, when the deal's closed. Maybe at the time you get ready to purchase Japanese yen, it's went up increasingly higher than it was at the time you made the deal. But getting back to how it would work between the community and advertisers, as they purchase the Electroneum to buy the ad space, at the time they close the deal, they will be purchasing that amount of Electroneum to whatever the deal is. Now, we can further incentivize them to where, hey, you make this purchase in Electroneum and you do this and that, you can get a reduced cost, right? So then all business is being transacted in Electroneum, and that's what you want in cryptocurrency, right? You want all business transacted. Now, again, looking at the application part and the software part, this is all, as far as I can understand. I've dabbled a bit with computer programming, but I'm not some genius computer programmer. I know a very little bit, but I do understand that these sites are very easy to build, and they pop up every day. And also, one other part I would want to implement to the ideas and products, besides understanding how that market works with the video watching, pay to watch, advertising thing, as the community also could put their videos up there. We could have them pay to put their videos where it's basically being advertised, but at the same time they put their videos up there. There could be maybe even a community where it can be upvoted in Electroneum, and all from the application. Now, that might be a little bit more harder, and that might be something a little bit more future tense in that respect. But the idea of the community being able to promote their own things through the application, running alongside your ETN miner, as your ETN miners collect the money, these videos, these advertising links are showing, right? But in addition to that, one strong thing I've seen with the Electroneum community has been that it's a very supportive community. People really believe in Electroneum and like it, and I can see why. But think about this for a second. As Electroneum approaches nearly 2 million people, if it was a social network, just think about this for a second. If Electroneum, or not even a social network, but if it had social network-like capabilities, like if it had a little chat area, kind of like what Solar Coin has here. Solar Coin is a coin that it has these little flashcards, photo cards. You can upvote them, and on the mobile device, it has a little area where you can even chat. And I don't think that that's really bulky. I don't think that the way the app looks, at least I don't think so. But I think that would be a great direction if we could somehow get some of the Electroneum community on the app at the same time using the Electroneum miner and being able to communicate with each other. That's going to create this big social type network feel to Electroneum. Having this little chat area, and in that, I think that would be great in being able to move money back and forth, trade back and forth, and various things like that. So those are some of my ideas with Electroneum, and just keeping it all on the app. No expansion outside the app. Keeping everything where all the eyes are at, where everybody's at, and kind of implementing some of these functions in it with the advertising and marketing. Now, when it comes to much larger brands, if you want to do something with much larger brands, what would be great, I think, is if the larger brands were purchasing services through Electroneum as well. So like if a larger brand wanted to advertise on the Electroneum network, or it was some type of partnership form in that respect, if it was some way that the partners could make transitions in Electroneum and vice versa. The only problem I have with some partners accepting Electroneum as a form of payment as opposed to cash is the volatility of Electroneum in cryptocurrencies. And that's why I think initially starting off, my idea would probably be something more or less like where Electroneum is more or less marketing for bigger brands, and many of these companies and services that are doing similar things like Electroneum or certain ways to make money from your smart device, they already have systems where they pay people, where they pay users of the system. And I thought it would be really cool if as Electroneum grows, if it uses some of those people who already are using smart devices to do various things, if we could use that, and instead of being compensated into cash dollars, the people that Electroneum's in partnership with, the other pay-to sites, the other smartphone device, make money from smart device services that collectively reach millions of people. I think that if there could be a deal met where they would have to come in and with the money Electroneum earns, purchase Electroneum with those monies back into the Electroneum token. I think that would be awesome for Electroneum as well. So I think it's a lot of great ideas, but as Electroneum goes forward into the future with the big, large partnerships, the big Fortune 500 companies and things like that. But I think initially just starting off at the where Electroneum's at and where it's moving, I think that this would be a good start to start off with the marketing and have a synergy around areas like this. And that way I think a lot of money would get poured back into Electroneum and make Electroneum tokens very sustainable, and there will be a lot of money coming in. Another thing we have to keep in mind is that when money enters into the cryptocurrency space, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It can have an effect of 50 times. You can drop like $1 billion in cryptocurrency, and it might make the market valuation go up to like 50 billion. So just getting good deals, good partnerships, and getting people who actually can help monetize Electroneum. Like a lot of people who are using the Electroneum miners, they could be monetizing Electroneum. You got about 2 million eyes just looking at a screen, a mining screen. You can be running ads and cutting deals with partners right there. And that money that's coming in from the revenue generated, cutting a deal with them to purchase the Electroneum, that could be significant to the price and valuation of Electroneum. And when the rest of the market see Electroneum going up, and then it mass adopts through people who don't even understand cryptocurrency, but they're just interested in doing fun phone apps, running applications, getting gift cards, getting rewards and things like that just by watching these ads, at the same time being awarded in these Electroneum. It's the Electroneum miners running. Now they can go purchase prizes with that and gift cards and various things like that. I think you're gonna have a very usable Electroneum token. So that's my idea, guys. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna keep that right there. Tell me all what you think about that. Tell me if that might be something you think can work. If you think it can work, maybe a little bit, it'd be a little bit more easy to incorporate into the Electroneum system and to reach other people who don't even know about cryptocurrency. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.